Hello, my real estate people. It is your realtor gal here. Today, I wanted to do an updated video on Parrish, all the developments, amended plans for some of the developments that have already been approved, new roadways that are going in, and I am actually going to touch base a little bit on Artisan Lakes and a little bit of the development in North Palmetto, north of Moccasin Wallow, and west of 75. I feel like it was important just because if you're looking in Parrish, you're probably going to be looking over there as well. I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker and a Parrish resident myself. If I can help answer any questions for you or get you any more information or help you get down here and live your best life, please let me know. But I don't like to waste time, so let's get into it. I am going to actually start in Artisan Lakes in Palmetto, but I want to kind of give you kind of some grips here on this map. I am obviously using the county GIS, the Manatee County GIS. This is a very great tool. I'm an advocate to informing you the best of my ability. But if you're anything like me, you like to do your own research. So if you are like me and you want to do your own research and you want to stay on top of everything, and county GIS is perfect for that. And every single county has one. Hillsborough County, Pasco County, Charlotte County, every county has one. Even if you're in the Midwest, every county has a GIS. So this is a very good tool. 75 is right here. 275 is up here, runs you to St. Pete in 30 minutes. And then you have Moccasin Wallow and then Erie Road right here. So Artisan Lakes is actually on the west side of 75 and north of Moccasin Wallow Road. So if you're familiar, Moccasin Wallow Road is right here. This is kind of one of the main roads that are going in for a lot of the development. A lot of the development is happening around Moccasin Wallow. Moccasin Wallow will be widened to 4 to 6 lanes. Now, I don't know if they're going to do 4 lanes over here, and then they'll eventually do 6 lanes through here from 301 up. That hospital's going in. So this will be 6 lanes over here with the roundabout. But I'm not sure if they're going to continue 6 lanes through the entire road from 41 to 301, but it will be at least 4. It will be at least 4 lanes. So it is going to be a busier road. And so Artisan Lakes is a large community that is going to come off of that road. It already is. It's already in place. So we have Esplanade that's over here, which is gated. And then we have Eves Bend and then Edgestone. And Edgestone is a townhouse community. This is all Taylor Morrison. So it's a Taylor Morrison product. Meritage also was building in there. They had a very small section, but Taylor Morrison is going to continue the Artisan Lakes all the way up that runs to Buckeye. So this is Buckeye right here. So it's actually going to run from Moccasin Wallow all the way up to Buckeye. And I really wanted to touch base on this also because they are putting in an elementary school. So the elementary school is going in right here in the Artisan Lakes community. I thought that this was important because Parrish really only has 2 public elementary schools. Well, yes, there's a lot of charter schools out there. There's a lot of magnet programs out there, but you have to put your child on a list and they draw a lottery and they do a lot of things like that. And honestly, the chances of your child getting chosen by lottery is very slim to none because the schools are very busy right now because a lot of people are moving down here. So when you think about 2 elementary schools in Parrish, this might be an option for you if maybe you have children or you're planning and maybe you have a couple year plan to where you're going to start a family and you're kind of looking to plant your roots now. This might be a good option for you to get over in this area over here if you are concerned about that zoning. So an elementary school will be going over here, and then the Eves Bend and Esplanade sections of Taylor Morrison and Artisan Lakes will be continuing up over here. Also, I wanted to note that there are a couple leasing opportunities that will be coming available. So if you're not familiar, this is the 7-Eleven right here, and then there's a fire station right here. Well, all of this has been being cleared for probably about a month now, being cleared, and that will be a single family and villa leasing opportunity. So they call it to be built, to be leased homes. So those will be coming up over here. And then there's going to be a 3-story apartment complex that is right here in this yellow section right here. And just a couple other big communities that are going in. We have Stonegate Preserve. This is actually Lennar. Lennar actually just picked this up fairly recently for the bargain price of $56 million. It's about 400 acres, but it's going to be a larger community. It's going to be mixed family, villas. There's probably going to be some condos in there, and then single family homes as well. And then we have Newport Isles. So it's actually Newport Isles, and then it's a neighborhood called Sweetwater. And this in total is about 1,500 acres. So that's a very large neighborhood. I think this is important to mention because if you can see some of these blue lines here, these are future roads. Let me just kind of do this really quickly. Okay, so these blue lines right here, and then this green line here, and then this blue line, this blue line, this blue line, all these blue lines, those are all future roads. So when you think about it, yes, all this is palmetto, but all these roads here, all these roads that are coming up through Parrish, they're all wrapping around, and it's all tying into palmetto. So once all the commercial type of stuff is in place, they're really going to be intertwined. And I think it's going to be nice just to have all those connector roads into different towns, because Jones Farm, this is that neo community I mentioned in my previous video, but they had mentioned like a brewery, some commercial space over here. There's going to be some commercial space over here. I know Artisan Lakes, they'll probably have some commercial storefronts over here. There's commercial right here. There's a brewery right here, American Honey Creamery and Coffee Shop. Oh, and this is American Honey it's a very cute shop. If you're in town, please stop there. They have a nice coffee, a lot of ice creams in there, and it's a nice family owned place. But anyway, once all the commercial starts going in, these towns are really going to be intertwined. So I just wanted to make note of that, because I know a lot of people think, oh, no, I want to be in Parrish. I want to be in Parrish. I want to be in Parrish. But once they see, Artisan Lakes and maybe some of these other communities that are going in, they're all going to be tied together. And I think it's going to be really nice. So speaking of some roadways, there are going to be some roadways. So Carter Road right here, that's going to actually not stop at Moccasin Wallow anymore. That Carter Road, so this is Isles at Bayview. This is Del Webb right here. Let me get my developments. So Del Webb, and then you have Isles at Bayview. Isles at Bayview, Inland Homes just opened their model. So if you haven't been in there, stop by. They have a lot of really nice options at Isles at Bayview. Inland Homes, David Weekley, Centex, and Miranda are in there. And then obviously Del Webb, Bayview, 55 gated, Pulte Homes. So here is Carter Road right here. And it ends right here on Moccasin Wallow. And then you have Parish Lakes right here. Well, that won't be ending at Moccasin Wallow anymore, because they have approved a road to go from Buckeye. So this is Carter, from Buckeye. You have to go all the way down, and this will go through that Parish Lakes, which Parish Lakes is a lagoon community, which I'll do a separate video on that. I'm very excited for it. It will go through Parish Lakes. This is Erie Road. This will connect to Harrison Ranch. And then Harrison Ranch cuts over past 301 and goes into Silverleaf. So this is Silverleaf right here, that Neal community. And then runs to Old Tampa. Old Tampa runs from Fort Hamer and then loops back around to 301. 301's right here. And then right here is where that Lowe's and everything is approved for, but we'll touch base on that in a little bit. So that's going to be a new road right there. So if you are looking, up here, or you're going to eventually be up here, well, it's going to be a really nice straight shot to go down here, go down Erie, and then hit the Lowe's up. And then another main road that is going to be going in is called Sawgrass Road. So this is it right here. So this is Buckeye. This will actually run all the way up through and then loop down through Artisan Lakes. So Sawgrass Road, this is Medallion. Sawgrass Road will run through here, which all of this is KB Homes. Run through Summerwoods. This is Summerwoods. And then hit Erie Road. And then Erie Road, or Sawgrass Road, and Carter Road will actually connect right here. Let me just pull up the this again so you can kind of see the neighborhoods. I know this is probably confusing. So if you can see the neighborhoods here. So you can kind of very faintly see the roads in blue. You can kind of see that. So Parish Lakes, this is Summerwoods. So this is Sawgrass Road running through Summerwoods and then running through Parish Lakes to Erie. And then it will run through Sawgrass Lakes, which is KB. So they have Sawgrass Lakes 1, Sawgrass Lakes 2. It's all KB homes. They pretty much all have 2-story homes. They've already been clearing it now for a few months. I anticipate a release probably very late 2022 or early 2023. But it's going to be a nice community. And then all these roads are going to connect. So you actually have another road that's going to be running from Sawgrass Lakes all the way through, connecting that to, this is Fort Hamer Road right here, the famous Fort Hamer. And then that's actually going to connect to 301 and actually then connect through to Cone Ranch, which is at Homes by West Bay neighborhood, and then run down. So looking at the map and looking at all these roads that will be implemented, a lot of people are very worried about the infrastructure. How the heck are we going to get around? Why isn't there enough roads? Why this? Why that? Well, they are implementing the roads, but they are having thoroughfares cut through neighborhoods. So this is important, because if you are looking at a neighborhood and they have the lagoon's going to be right here. Just FYI, the lagoon's going to go right here. This is Moccasin Wallow Carter Lagoon. But if you are looking and you're like, okay, wow, they released a really great lot, and it's right here, and you don't know that this road's going to be there, well, that's going to be kind of sucky, unless you don't mind it. But you just have to be aware of things like that, especially in these areas like Parrish. There's a lot of infrastructure going in, a lot of infrastructure that will go in later. So just take note of it. Just be informed. I just want everyone to be informed, but purchasing a home is the biggest investment you'll probably make in your lifetime. So you want to make sure it's the right choice, the right lot, the right house, the right area, everything that has to make sense for you. So I just want everyone to be informed, especially with roadways and things like that, because like I said, these roadways are cutting through neighborhoods. I mean, this roadway cuts right through Summerwoods right over here, which is Ryan Homes, and MI Homes has a little section over here, but you got to be aware of it. So there's a couple other roads going in. Obviously, we have Sawgrass Road, and I thought that Carter Road, these were the two main roads that I wanted to speak about. And then you have the Fort Hamer, which I speak about all the time, which this is a brand new road. So I moved in 2020. This was non-existent. This road did not exist. So think about that in a year and a half. This road is already running through past Lago currently, and then this will all be Neal. So there's roads that cut through. So the idea in Manatee County is that there needs to be roads going north and south, roads going east and west, to kind of alleviate traffic from 75 and the main roads, if you will, like 301 and 75, to kind of give people a better traffic flow. So they are being a little thoughtful with it. I know, like when we were in Pinellas County, and I swear you had East Lake Road and you had 19, and then you had the Lake Tarpon. So you couldn't go anywhere. That traffic coming from, my husband works in Lago, and it's the same amount of time from Largo to Palm Harbor than it is from here to Largo, just because there's different traffic patterns. So they are being a little bit thoughtful in the fact that they are trying to implement a lot of roads and saying, no, neighborhood cannot landlock. There has to be a thoroughfare. You have to put in a road for people to commute, which I think is an excellent thing. And a lot of people rag on the county commissioners, but I think that standing strong on that aspect, I think, is a really good point. So this Fort Hamer will run all the way up past Buckeye to another road. I think it's JJ's Road, is what they're calling it, but 301, and that will run all the way down past Buckeye and then all the way up to Hillsborough County. And then I did want to just touch base on this. So this is Lago right here. I thought this was kind of important because, so you have North River Ranch, right? You have this is North River Ranch over here, and then part of it's over here. And then you have Little Bella Lago. It's not little. So this is a D.R. Horton community. But this will really, this is going to connect to Fort Hamer. So in essence, Bella Lago is a part of North River Ranch. So if you're kind of like, if you're kind of looking at it and you're like, oh, well, I don't know, because it's off of 301. Well, it is going to eventually connect to Fort Hamer, and then the downtown area is actually going in right here. So it's really, in essence, part of North River Ranch, and I just thought that was important to point out. They still have a very affordable product line, and they do a good job, I think, in my opinion, but to each their own. So this Fort Hamer Road, just one more thing on this Fort Hamer Road, and then I'll be kind of done with the thoroughfares. The Fort Hamer Road, obviously, we know that they have eminent domain a few homes over here, so they can connect from Erie Road down to 301. And then, as we know, that Fort Hamer Road goes through and goes across the bridge and actually connects Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, etc., to Parrish, and then up towards Hillsborough County. Well, this bridge that they put in was only 2 lanes. So everyone is up in arms. It doesn't hold the traffic, this, that, and the other. So they actually just approved it to be widened to 4 lanes. So Fort Hamer is going to be widened, and that bridge will be 4 lanes, not 2 anymore. So we'll see how long that I'm not sure how long that will take. I know that they were trying to get money, I think, from the state to help fund that, because I think it's going to be a very pricey project, but it's going to be worth it because they need the traffic. They need the traffic flow, because if you think about it, you really only have 75 to go over the bridge or Fort Hamer, and then you have Rye Road over here. So this Fort Hamer will be widened. And then I think that's really it for roadways. I mean, there's a lot of different roadways going in. There's one heading through Cone Ranch that will then connect up to Buckeye. And then there's another thoroughfare coming up, and that will connect to 301. And then I think there was supposed to be another one right here. This is Meritage Homes. And I thought that there was going to be a roadway to connect Rutland to 62 here, because it goes through. But we'll watch. I'll see what happens with that. So as far as roadways go, they are going to be thoughtful on it. They are implementing them. Again, I think it's important just to know where those roadways are going. But if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'll be happy to explain it a little bit better. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit all over the place. So those roadways are going in. I'm actually going to go back now to some of the amended developments and some more information I can give you on some of the developments that are going in that have already been approved. So I want to start at Robinson Gateway. So Robinson Gateway is technically Palmetto. The plans were approved several years ago. Movie theater, apartments. It was supposed to have single family homes, villas, I think condos, a lot of commercial and retail. So they actually they're trying to amend those approved plans and to put in a hospital. So another hospital, 207 beds, a 200-room hotel, 4-story apartments, and only 350 square feet of retail. And then they'll have some other out office buildings. So it's really going to be a medical hub, if you will. So they're trying to amend the plans for that. It has not been approved yet. And I know a couple people are like, well, what the heck? Well, we were kind of looking forward to that movie theater and a lot of the commercial and retail going in. You never know. They could deny it. Then they can move forward with the original plans. So it has not been approved yet. But just note that they are trying to put in a hospital over here, which it seems a little bit odd to me, just because they are planning a hospital over here in North River Ranch. So, I mean, this hospital is going to be a little bit smaller than the one that they're proposing over here, But nonetheless, I mean, it's really only about 4 miles, I think, from 301 to 75, 4 or 5 miles. So I don't know if that's needed. You'd have to let me know in the comments. I'm not sure how many what's the stats on that. I mean, for dwelling units, how many hospital beds and medical facilities are needed. So you'd have to let me know on that. But so that's going to be amended. I mean, we'll see what happens if it gets approved or not. But I'll keep a lookout for that. And then we have Parish Lakes here. I want to touch base on this. I know I mentioned in my last video that a 28-acre lagoon was approved. Well, it's going through. It definitely is going through. And I just wanted to kind of show you where it is because that new roadway is going in right here. So Carter Road. So this is important because you have the Del Webb Bayview here. And then Carter Road will be running through here. And then the lagoon is going right here. A lagoon. And then they're proposing a hotel. I can't decide if that's a good thing or bad thing, just my personal opinion. I kind of like the fact that Parrish is, kind of a small town and not touristy, if you will, but I think it might bring in some good, some better retail and things if there's more people involved in the town. And so we'll see what happens, but they have approved it. Now, they so it's Metro Places, I'm pretty sure, is who is doing the development of it. So I'm assuming it's going to be, your normal players in the game, Lennard, D.R. Horton, Miranda Homes, Pulte. Biscayne is one of their upper scale builders that Metro Places uses. So I'm assuming that this Parish Lakes will kind of mimic an Epperson. And Epperson or South Shore Bay. They also have a community down in Fort Myers right now. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of the same mock-up as an Epperson or a South Shore Bay. So that's actually very exciting because they're beautiful communities, absolutely gorgeous communities. So if you were looking up there, and so maybe you might want to start kind of considering down here. They've started clearing this months ago. So I'm assuming, I don't know, probably 2023, really, really late 2022, they might have stuff. They started blocking a few homes. So we'll see. The models might be open here late 2022. So we're hopeful for that, but I'll keep you informed on that as well. Another little parcel in this vicinity here. So we have a lot of people ask me in my last video, what is that parcel land right in front of Del Webb? Well, so it's owned by McClure, and so this is under a GDP, and what that means is General Development Plan. So how the GDP works is people that own a parcel of land, or it's a developer, they basically go to the county with a, quote, General Development Plan and say, hey, listen, this is what we're planning. This is kind of what we're thinking for this parcel. Is it going to be approved? It is, it goes with the comp plan. This is kind of our plan for it. They don't have site plans yet. The land developer and engineers haven't gone through yet and with a fine-tooth comb with the plans yet. It's just a very general idea, basically. So this right here, their general idea for it is some commercial and retail. My assumption is it's going to be, your run-of-the-mill commercial or coffee shop like a Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, things like that, things that are desirable to people in the neighborhood. They're not going to be able to plop a Walmart right in front of the neighborhood by any means. It's going to be stuff that you're going to want to frequent, and it's not going to be an eyesore. So I just wanted to make note of that because I know a lot of people are like, what is that parcel? What is that parcel? So that's what it's going to be, light commercial and retail right there. I know I spoke about this. So the Floridian is 55 and older, leased community. The Bayside Church opened, very busy. Summerwoods, they're in their final phase with Ryan Homes. Again, there is going to be a roadway that runs from Moccasin Wallow to Erie that cuts through. So be aware, they are selling all their lots right now. For over here, they have their 40-foot lots. They should be releasing their 50-foot lots here soon. But this is important. This is a very important road to know, especially in this community. Now we have the McClure Eisenhower. I already spoke about this, but this is Sawgrass Lakes, KB Homes. and that's going to run up. This still hasn't been approved yet, and I'm not sure why, but this is Medallion Homes. So this big triangle here, this is Medallion Homes. It's in 2 sections. It will have multifamily and single family homes. And then there's a roadway that comes up through here as well. Prosperity Lakes, Lennar, they're burning, they're clearing. They have their engineers out there right now. Same with Havel Farms. Havel Farms is Neil. Neil will be releasing, hopefully, their Wildleaf, which is a part of North River Ranch. It's this section right that's right here. This section right here. They should be releasing that late 2022. I think they started their model homes. I did a drive up through there a couple weeks ago. I could have swore I saw them blocking a home. So we'll see. And then we have Bella Lago, which again I mentioned it will connect to this North River Ranch area. North River Ranch Village, so they have their retail. I was watching a county commissioner meeting, and Mr. Neal was on there going, a buzzword, the walkable Main Street. And he's like, the walkable Main Street will be, and they had a map, and the walkable Main Street will be right over here. So with the shops and restaurants and things like that. And then as I mentioned prior, the hospital will be over here. This is very important because they are proposing a 6-story hospital, 4-story apartment buildings right here. So 6-story hospital, 4-story apartment buildings. This is important because, again, I want everyone to be informed. So if you're kind of looking, in this area of Bella Lago, when it's released, just know that you might be able to see a hospital, or you might be able to see apartments. To me, it wouldn't really bother me, but just note that it's going to be there. They have, I think it was like 100-foot buffer between that, and they'll have trees and plantings and a berm and all that type of stuff. But just note that this is going to be potentially a 6-foot or a 6-story hospital with a 4-story apartment buildings right over here. And just go up a little bit more north again, Jones Farm. Again, it's under that GDP, the General Development Plan. Basically, they got it approved as a, yes, we're going to rezone it, put another subdivision in. I know the plans I mentioned prior, they will have an elementary school, and they were mentioning some light industrial brewery, that type of retail stuff. Neal community, so they'll do a great job over here. And then they will have another thoroughfare road that will cut through from 301 and then go up to Palmetto over here. And then we have Cone Ranch. They're clearing it. They've been clearing it for a while. I keep driving by going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what happens. So Cone Ranch, again, owned by Homes by West Bay, about 1,500 acres, I want to say. Crosswind Point, they just released about 10 days ago. They had, I think they had 11 single family homes, and they had villas that they released as well. So it's Homes by West Bay and Casa Fresca. So Casa Fresca is, the parent company is Homes by West Bay. So Casa Fresca it's a more affordable line, beautiful homes, great quality. So if you are looking, please reach out to me. I can get you some information over there. But Casa Fresca and Homes by West Bay, smaller community, but very, very nice. And they are cranking them out. These are inventory only, just FYI, that you cannot make any changes, no structural changes. You can't change the paint color, can't change floors, can't change anything here. And then we have Salt Meadows. This is Meritage Homes. They're proposing about 237, or it's 237 acres, my bad. And then this actually runs from 62 to Rutland Road. And they're clearing this. They've been clearing this. And then I just really want to touch base quickly on Cross Creek. So Cross Creek is right here. So it is a Medallion community. So they had Medallion and William Ryan's homes. Well, it just went to county commission, and they approved it, a 4-story apartment building. So they'll have actually 4-story apartment buildings right here by the elementary school, and then it's somewhere in this vicinity too. So they're going to have a bunch of apartment buildings along Fort Hamer Road in front of Cross Creek. People were a little upset about this. The people that had purchased in there are a little bit upset about it, but it went through. It is approved. If you're familiar with, it's called Watercolor Place. It's off Fort Hamer. I can show you on a map. It's right here. Where is it? That's Upper Manatee. It's right here. There is a apartment complex right over here, and then it's like a cow farm over here. So it is a little bit out of place. But I think eventually when everything's kind of built up, I think it will kind of mesh a little bit. But I just want everyone to note that, because Cross Creek will have eventually another phase coming out, and there will be apartments there. Then you have Wildcat Preserve. This is Windwater. This is Mattamy Homes. This will be a little gated community over here. And then you have Gamble Creek Farms. This is Neal Communities. Again, general development plan. They just went to the county, got it approved. Hey, we're going to put in another neighborhood, and it will be in between Cross Creek, and then this is Canoe Creek right here. SM Ranch, same thing, general development plan. They got kicked back, I think, once or twice, but communities going in here. River Mist, same thing, general development plan for a community. And then we have, I do want to definitely mention this, Twin Rivers. So Lennar bought this little parcel of land here in Twin Rivers, and they went to the county commission. We're going to seek approval. I don't remember how many homes it was. I want to say it was like about 100 homes, 120 homes, very small lots, 40, 50, 60 foot wide lots, and they denied it. So the reason they denied this is because you have Mulholland Road that's right here. If you can kind of see this dip. You have Mulholland Road that runs from Fort Hamer, and then it dead ends right here. So backtrack a little bit. So Mulholland Road was eventually supposed to connect from right here. There's like the river right here. It was supposed to connect through and to go into Twin Rivers and then go all the way down and around and then connect to Rye Road. Well, everyone was up in arms about it. They didn't want to connect because they didn't want the traffic flowing from Fort Hamer over to Rye Road. Well, so the county commissioners, were like, okay, whatever, we won't approve it. If the people don't want it, we're not going to approve it. Well, then these plans came about to the county commission, and they denied it because the only roadway that there is Twin Rivers Trail. And they're like, well, you're not going to put another technical subdivision off of Twin Rivers and then force all the traffic up to Twin Rivers Trail. So they said the only way that they would be able to approve it is if they revisit the Mulholland Road extension. So please be aware of that, because this Mulholland Road extension could very well be reopened and revisited and then approved. So Carol Whitmore was very adamant about that. She goes, I'm not approving anything until that Mulholland Road gets addressed again. So then we have this Rye Ranch. They're underway here. They're doing all the land development there. There is going to be some commercial and retail there as well. Rutland, we got another little subdivision under the GEP right now. We'll see what happens. And I will do a separate video on some of these GDPs, because some of them are probably going to be approved sooner than other ones. Like this SM Ranch, this just turned green. They denied the plans, and then they had to come back because of all the wetlands and stuff like that. So I will do a separate video definitely on some of these future developments. But if you have any questions about any of these I know this kind of is a little bit all over the place, but I thought, the roadways mainly I wanted to touch base on, and just, some of the other developments. Everything's kind of at a standstill right now. It's a little bit odd. All the communities that are still building right now, it's all inventory, with the exception of Ryan Homes. Everything's an inventory home. So when you're looking over in North River Ranch, or you're looking, down in Silverleaf or Canoe Creek, everything's an inventory or a spec home right now. So you can't make any changes. So what you see is what you get. And typically sometimes it's first come, first serve. David Weekly actually sends out a link. You have to click the link and fill out the form, be the first one. Sometimes they put you on a pre-approved list. It's first come, first serve. I know Medallion down in Twin Rivers they were doing you have to take a $15,000 deposit to even be put on their list. Mattamy Homes down in Welland Park, they were doing that as well. Give me $5,000 and then you're pre-approved. I'll put you on a list. It weeds out a lot of people to kind of collect the more serious buyers. So everything has gone to an inventory model. Well, except for Pulte and Ryan Homes. So Pulte and Del Webb, they're letting you pick out a lot, but the lot's on a bid. You have to bid the lot, and then you can pick the model that goes on that lot and within the series. Same with Ryan Homes. If it's a 40-foot lot or a 50-foot lot, only certain, homes can go on those home sites. And it's going to be about a 12 to 14 month build time. That's what I would plan for if you are doing a ground up build. I would just plan for 14 months. If it comes in at 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, fantastic, but plan for the worst. It's hard right now. So a lot of the communities are they're in that land development stage, and we're not going to see anything for a while here. But obviously I'll keep everyone up to date. I know I went on vacation in February, and I came back. We were only gone for 10 days, and I came back, and all of a sudden all this Parish Lakes, they were like clearing and burning and everything. So they are moving, but it's kind of just a little bit slower. So if you are looking in Parrish, just, contact me. I can get you all the information that you need for some of these builders and what they're doing that would fit in your budget and your timeline, and try to get you into something as quickly as possible, or whatever fits on your timeline. I have all the information from all the builders, so I really am a good resource for that type of aspect of everything. So if I can help with anything further, please let me know. I would be thrilled for the opportunity to help you. And until then, I'll talk soon.